staff role. But before we start the class, I would like to remind the student about the rules. Please be active during the class. Open your camera and please ask a question in Q&A session, or you can ask the question while Dr. Samsudin deliver his material. Best of luck, and to Dr. Samsudin, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Sutirman. Okay, and very good morning all the students from UII. Today we have how many students today?
Uh, 4G, bro.
Yeah, okay, come to my class. This is my second session. Is sharing about the sessional study. Okay, and my topic today is about still about the organization structure. Organization we have management, we have level management, the level, some level of, and then in explaining the function of all the level of management, okay, we have to understand also what is the role and responsibilities for each department, each level of management, and of course there is a structure of station whereby basically we have a line structure and we have a staff structure, we have a departmentization, okay? We have the arrangement, acting section, by the uh, location, the geographical location, like uh, Malaysia, maybe we have a region, we have southern region, we have northern region, we have east coast, like in Malaysia, we have northern region, price of state of Penang and Perlis, and we have southern region like Johor, Pahang, and our east coast regions like Kelantan and Terengganu. So we have west coast, we have Kedah and Penang, and Perak also. So this one is if we design the structure according to the region, okay. But we also can design the structure of organization based on department. Okay, in our organization, in our company, let's say we are big company, so we have variety department. Okay, and also we can design the structure of organization maybe based on the function. Okay, sometimes when we there is a mix between the function and department. It depend on the purpose of this of our organization. Okay, so basically we have also the chain of command, and we also have the linkage between the structure between the level of management. We have line management, and we have also if we talk about line structure, can be there is the power delegation something, and of the line structure, the authority is come from the top the bottom. Okay, so there is a flow of, okay. Then in whatever design of the structure, there is a special job characteristic or special job description. Okay, and in the most of organization, there is sometimes there is a confusing about the role of individual staff. Okay, this one maybe because of the not clear is the in the job description among the unit, among the personnel in the line or in the authority in the line structure is not very clear. Okay, like case of metric structure whereby one staff report to managers. Okay, in this this matrix structure, sometimes the personal workers is not very clear about the reporting, about the responsibilities, about the immediate boss on immediate managers, immediate supervisors. Okay. Okay. Before we I proceed with other example of structure innovation, I would like um you did. Can you please share the just now I message to you the slide, my slide just now.
Okay,
We
I'm
refer
going to
to.
share this material.
Okay, thank you. This is my slide. So since there is a confusing between the role played by the personal workers when we talk about the structure. That's why for this slide I'm sharing, I will clarify about the specialization and the description of general description about job of the staff. Okay. So okay, from this sharing, you can see the slide. Because we understand the meaning of staff. In most of organization, normally the staff is referred to the clerical staff, the support staff. Okay, that is the meaning of staff. And sometimes when we combine the staff, okay, the daily operation, our organization, daily operation of our company. Okay, we have our routine job in the organization. So this routine job done by staff, by administration staff. So the job is okay. They're doing the general routine job like administration. Okay. Uh, but there is another job, call it line authority. Line authority is more focused on the daily operation of the organization. Okay. So this daily operation of organization can be maybe based on the function of the unit. For example, have a marketing unit, marketing department. The job function is promote the new product customers. This is ongoing daily operation. So in this the daily operation, there is element of daily, you call it daily activities to meet the certain function. Okay, to meet the special objective. That is a line of that is line function. Okay, but again, for a staff function, a staff role is to just to involve in the administration job, and this administration job is like a general job. Okay, like a supporting job. It's like supporting. Okay, so this is routine and in daily operation of organization. Okay, but for line role authority is they are more on the specific special duties, more on operation side of the organization activities. Okay, we can go to the slide number 2. Yes. Okay, in slide number 2, you can see. Okay, where's slide number 2? Yes. Okay. Okay, this in this organization structure. Okay, sometimes there is a you call it there is a border. Okay, That means workers A and workers B, or staff A and staff B is not doing the same thing. There is a border. There is a different task between the person A and the person B. Okay. So this line and staff explain. So what is the border? What is the border of this task in the, so the border and the difference between the individual tasks is based on the job design, based on the job design. Okay. And the designation of the job within an organization, and the relationship among those jobs. So this element will explain the line and function of the line and staff. Okay. So this border explain the line and staff function, and the designation of job explain the line and staff function. Then, because within the organization we have many departments, within organization we have many sections. So we have to also differentiate between daily operation, main daily operation, and the routine operation, the routine activities in organization. So we have to, you have to, the student have to know how to differentiate between these two. Okay, there is a difference between line function and staff function, as I mentioned to you in the beginning of the chapter just now. Okay, and next slide, please. Okay, next slide. Okay, so there's a diagram about the people in organization. Okay, and some people doing the staff function, and some people doing the line function. Okay, so in order to understand the role of staff, okay, in order to understand the staff, so we have to differentiate between this line function and the staff function. Only by understanding the difference between these two functions, then only we can understand very deep about the staff role in organization. So let's say if my sharing today is like a combination of staff and role function, staff role and line role function, there's no problem, because at the end you can differentiate which part of role, okay, which part of job is go under staff, okay, then which part of and job under line function. Okay, so that's the basic thing that we have to understand for we the about the very deep about the role of staff. Okay, because in general there is a chain of command, there is a power, there is a delegation of power, there is authority. Okay, there is authority owned by the staff, there is authority owned by line structure. Okay, so by understanding the job function, okay, the concept of staff role and line role, then only we can clearly explain what is actually the role of staff in organization. So how the staff can contribute the success of the organization. Okay, because the role of staff is very close to the mission and vision of organization. The role of staff reflect our goal of organization. Okay, the role of staff reflect to the responsibility, okay, of this staff towards organization perform. Okay, so when we understand very clear the difference between line and staff structure, then only we can really understand goal of staff. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, this one is more situation about the line. In a line organization, top management has complete. See, because Line is more on the daily operation, more on the operation of this unit. Okay, can be the operation can be done by unit, can be done by department. This is the in the operation mean what they are doing their daily job, what are their daily operation. Okay, so in a line organization, okay, top management has complete. That means in the everyday, the daily activities in the daily operation of the section of a department, there is element of high high control by the management. There is a very distance between management and the job function of the line are very close. Okay, they are under the control of management. The management completely why because the performance of organization are strongly depend on the daily operation. Okay, so the output from daily operation are very important. So in our daily operation, the output is our productivity. Okay, so that's why in the line, this line situation, the element of control by the top management is very important, very compulsory. Okay, and the chain of command is very simple and very clear. There is a direct relationship, there's a direct link between manager and subordinate in this line situation. Okay, example in it depends also sometimes on the size of our business. Okay, in the small business, you can see very clear. Okay, there is an element of control by management. There's element of a target achieve. There is a daily target. There is a monthly target. There is a yearly target. And there is a evaluation about the productivity. There's a calculation of productivity daily, monthly. All these activities shows the line situation. They are more operational. They are more on special operation. And this operation, these activities reflect to the organization. Okay, so they are works under goal of the and the role and the chain of command and the relationship in this line function are very clear. In the relationship, the task structure are very clear in this line situation because they are dealing with everyday business operation. This example of this everyday business function can be like marketing department. Marketing department every day they have to deal with this operation. Okay, let's say insurance agent, insurance company. There is a target for them. There is a prospect customer for them. There is also the structure. Okay, so we have the role of manager, then the role of subordinate. Of them move towards the direction what to achieve. Okay, then say there is the line situation. Okay, so let's say in insurance marketing unit, in insurance marketing, so there's a target every insurance agent. So let's say 1 day or 1 month, okay, the agent must the agent uh, market this insurance or must to at least five customers, five customers. So this is a target. So the flow of authority, the flow of activities, the job function are based on this, based on so based on the based on the requirement, based on the target. Okay. So line situation. Okay, now we move to the next slide. Okay, next slide. Okay, now it's about the combination of line and staff situation. The line and staff organization combine the line and staff. Okay, so how this combination happen? How this combination happen because of the because of the job function. Okay, line and staff structure. Throughout although there's advantages and there's also advantages that we are going to discuss about the structure. First, when you understand the line situation, the staff situation. Remember again, staff situation, they are more focused on the routine work, routine administration, for example. And line, they are more on the operational. So sometimes there is a cross. Okay, there is a cross. For example, in the most medium and large size firm exhibit line and staff structure, where in the large size of, okay, but in a small firm, small business unit, and maybe there is a very clear difference between line structure and staff structure. But in the big size of company, in a large size of company, so the line and staff function only we can see there is a link, there is a linkages in this situation. Okay, the distinguishing between characteristic between simple line organization and line and staff organization is the multiple layers. Because in the big organization, in the larger organization, we have multiple layers of management. We have a line, we have a line of authority, and we have a staff of authority. Okay. So next, that's why in this the next discussion is about how this line and staff uh, can be integrated. Okay, can be there's element of integration, but most of situation, okay, there is a gap. There is a gap between line and staff, and sometimes there is a cross, not cross of power. There's a cross of power. Okay, how this can happen? This happen because we are not clear about the structure. We're not clear about the difference between line and staff structure. Okay, proceed with the next slide. Okay. Okay, this slide is about the advantages and disadvantages. Several advantages and disadvantages are present within a line and staff organization, where in the large organization. But in the small organization, maybe we cannot see there is a problem. Okay. An advantage of a line and staff organization is the availability of technical specialists. Okay. When we have this combination, this integration, of course there is expertise in the combination. So when we have the expertise, so other workers can make use of this expert. Okay, this expert person can become a reference this structure. Okay, staff expert in specific areas are included in the chain of command. Disadvantage of line installation is the conflict. There is a problem with the staff and line structure, because when the individual workers or individual staff in the line not very clear about the job function, about the job description, therefore there is a conflict of tasks. Okay? So this is the can happen if in the larger size of. Okay, next slide. Okay, this slide is more about the line function. Sorry, the line function. Okay, line function more on day to day. Yeah. Okay. Example, producing or selling a product. Okay. Very clear. And line position are occupied by a line personnel. There is a line personnel and line managers. Okay, line managers and line personnel. Okay. Are considered essential to the basic function. So more toward the function. Okay, when let's say we can imagine like in our basic structure of our organization, we have departmentalization. And sometimes when we design our department, it's more related to the what we call it specialization. Okay, so when there is an element of specialization, so we have very specialized job in this line. We have marketing, where they are very specialized. Okay, we have accounting, they are very specialized. So all this accounting and marketing is more reflect to the line. And line managers make the majority of the decision and direct line personnel to achieve the example of the line manager is a market. Okay, line manager. Okay, next slide. Yes, now we go to the staff function. Okay, staff position are serve the organization by indirectly supporting the line function. They are supporting the line function, but they don't have any target. Okay, but line function there is a target. There is a daily target, there is a weekly target, there is a monthly target. But in the staff, since they are supporting staff, they are supporting the line function. And staff position consists of staff personnel and staff manager. They also have their own chain of command. They have the managers, staff managers, and also they have staff personnel. Okay, most of them are supporting. Most of them support the line. But in most of the situation, from my own experience, there is sometimes if the staff did not play a good role in supporting the line function, okay, the line performance, the line achievement also affected. Okay, the line achievement also affected. Why? Because they did not receive very good support from the staff function, from the staff. Okay. So for example, in the process of claim, okay, claim process. Okay. The line function, like yesterday, I am organizing one of the conference yesterday. It's the Sutirman. Okay. So we consider as a line function. Okay, under academic function, we are handling a, operation like conference. We are handling a conference. Okay. And then when we handle the conference project, it's a project. So there is also a reflect to the performance of our university. And we have numbers of activities, numbers of conference. This one can be one of the measurement of the good academic management as a universities. Okay, as a universities, we must have many activities. One of them is organizing the conference. So I have my own initiative conduct a I have my own initiative conduct what I call it the project. Okay. But in conducting our project, in managing our conference, we need the support from the staff. Okay, we need the support from the staff because staff role or staff function is providing a support the line function, providing a support our line function. Okay, let's say yesterday I am the conference manager. I'm the colloquium manager yesterday, postgraduate student. So consider I am the line function, line manager. Okay, but what happened if I did not receive very good support? If I did not receive very good feedback and supportive from the staff function, of course, this one also can affect to my my performance. Okay. For example, in the claim process, when I appoint, let's say I appoint Dr. Sutirman, I appoint the panel reviewer, okay, from India. I appoint like Professor Ganesan. Then I appoint Dr. Sutirman as a panel reviewer. And I appoint another 3 or 4 panel reviewer. So when I appoint them as a reviewer, of course I have to give them a reward. I have to give them a reward. For example, I want to give them 50 ringgit, okay, a reward, a honorarium, or the panel for my contract. So now what happened? Uh, the person going to process this claim, of course, the staff. There's a staff function. There's a staff supportive function by the staff of our university. But if the staff function is not really meet the deadline, because they don't have a deadline, but they are doing the routine, they are doing the routine job. So, so based on this experience, the failure of the staff meet the deadline can cause all the line function fail. Mean not fail, but affected. Okay, let's say I submit the claim form for my panel. Okay, then the support staff did not process the claim, just keep one side. Okay, there is a bottleneck. Maybe they take 5 days to complete with the form. Take 10 days process the form. Okay, so what happened? Of course, this one also can give very bad reputation the line function. Okay, so there is a effect, there is a coordination. Okay, we have make sure there is a good coordination among staff function and the line staff role and the okay. Since there is an element of choosing, okay, they say the staff come to you and said, "Oh, that is not my job. That is not my job." If the staff say that, so what happened to the performance of the line function? Of course, this one affect the line function. Okay, so there are so many elements of attitude, okay, creativity, innovation that might contribute the staff function. It might contribute to the role staff role as a supporters for the smooth of organization. Okay, and the staff manager should provide a good support. The staff manager should provide a good advice, and the staff manager should provide a knowledge, you know, how to do, how they will support who they will support the line manager, the line function. Okay, that's a function. That's why there's a very important role of the staff, and there's very important function of the staff in realizing the success of organization. Okay, realizing the success, the performance of organization. There is a lot of research, okay, about the staff role and the staff. Okay, next slide, please. Right. I hope you can see the slide. Okay, you can see is there is a direct line. This diagram, okay, or this one we call it line authority. Okay, you can see from the president, vice president, the vice president, the fraction. Okay, so there is a line structure. Okay, but there is another structure that we call it the staff authority. You can see the staff authority links between vice president of what of Can you see? I'm sorry, not very clear. There is a three unit vice president. You have the sales, you have production, and mistaken. Okay, all these are linked the staff authority. They are they roll out to support the line. They are not they are not they are not doing their daily operation, but they are doing their routine operation, routine activities. Okay, they are integrating and supporting the line. Okay, it's why from this diagram you can see there is a link, there is a relationship between a vice president of sale and vice president of production. Yeah, uh, and there is a link between vice president production. Is it right? Can you see, Prof. Doctor? Uh, Judith, can you see the link? Can you make it bigger? Can you make this diagram bigger?
Okay, okay, I will share the
You make it.
video.
Okay. Yes. Yes. All right. Uh, there is a relationship between the. Can you share the video? Actually, our session today is same. 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Yes, same Frost.
Are you line or are you staff? Now, those are terms that you may not be familiar with, but if you look at an organizational chart, there are people who run in the line. In other words, they have direct responsibility for the running of the business. And there are those people who are staff, and they often come across this way or feed into the line people. Let me tell you the difference and why this is important, particularly in light of the on purpose business, where we talk about developing an on purpose mindset or the mindset of Think Inc. And that is that when you are a line person versus a staff person, first of all, line people have a P&L responsibility. Staff people often work with a budget. Line people have a strategic as well as a tactical responsibility, and staff people often just have a tactical responsibility that feeds into the strategy. Line people create value. Staff people are often charged with preserving or protecting value. Line people integrate. They make things work. Staff people often have a technical expertise and they are advising or they are bringing in certain services. Again, line people decide where staff people recommend. Ultimately, you see that with a line person, the buck stops here. With the staff person, they are, and this is not meant to be pejorative, but they pass the buck. They are feeding the information to the line person who then has to make the decision. What I'd like you to do is to clarify your understanding of whether you are a line person or a staff person. Both are very valuable to the running and the growth of a business. But the fact of the matter is we have a lot of line people who act like staff people. And we have some staff people who do not act like staff people, but they want to think that they're doing line work. On the other side of the coin is if you are a staff person, what I would encourage you to do is to develop the thinking mindset, to really understand that it's important that even within your role to think in terms of profit and loss, to think strategically and tactically, to think in terms of how you create value, to think about how you integrate, to think about decisions and making good recommendations. And what would you like to be the decision maker? And that way you'll be an even better staff person. This is Kevin McCarthy with an On Purpose Business Minute, encouraging you to be on purpose and to think Inc.
Okay, phew. Video is very short. Can you understand?
Okay.
And voice not very clear. The video tak keluar. So we continue with the class. Okay, see the slide. Yes, now. Okay, Nafi. So now is what the slide number. Can the student understand the pick up the point from the video just now? Nafi, can them? Are they but very short? Actually,
Yes.
this very short, but no problem. So this video explain actually what I explained just now is covered by the video. Okay, and then if basically we have to understand role of staff and the role of line structure of organization. So those staff managers are not part of the chain of command, lead to direct production of product or service. They do have authority over personnel. Okay, sometimes if they make use wrongly use of the authority. Okay, so what we need of authority is we have to differentiate between authority and the power. Authority is like the power. Okay, normally the managers have very high power compared to the subordinate. Okay, manager high power than supervisor. Supervisor have a high more power than operators or production is normal workers. Okay, okay, and then there is a authority, there is a power. Okay, the staff manager they have a power also, but they are not part of the chain of command. See this in the chain of command, in the line, not in the line structure. Okay, the staff manager they don't have a power, but who own the power? The manager. Okay, but they have authority. They have authority over the personnel. Mean they have authority. Let's say they have in our administration department. Okay, normally we have they also have the link. I call it the power on the others. Okay, like let's say executive officer is the example of staff. Yeah, in Malaysia we call it EO. EO is a executive. Okay, and then we also have the post that we call it the uh, clerk, senior clerk, for example. Okay, so or we call it chief clerk. Okay, chief clerk is ketua perkerannya, chief clerk. Okay, ketua keran. Okay, then under this chief clerk is a EO. So EO is a executive officer. So this EO and CC, chief clerk, okay, is example of administration. Okay, example of staff. Okay, in the management. In any office or in government office in Malaysia, normally we have EO, okay, and CC. So again, EO is executive officer and CC is a chief clerk. Okay, then under the chief clerk, we also have a general clerk. So we have a general clerk. So this is structure for staff. Okay, normally this is the structure. But okay, there is a in order to relate this administration staff, the line staff. So the line staff are call it the manager. Manager, okay. This EO report to manager also. This EO report to the manager. Okay. And this CC, chief clerk, report to EO. Okay. And the general clerk report to chief clerk. So that is the structure for staff. Okay. Administration staff. Okay. And but this staff manager does not actively engage in the profit making activities. They are not actively engaged in profit making activities, mean they are not part of the operation. They are not part of daily operation of the organization. Okay. For example, they are not part of the sales. They are not part of the selling activities. And their part is only for administration. Okay. Therefore, staff position, whether personnel or managers, engage in activities that are supportive to line personnel. If we have line personnel, okay, and then the role played by the staff, okay, is like give a supportive, okay, give a supportive role towards this line personnel. For the line personnel, manager. Okay. For the line personnel, maybe the CEO for production, maybe CEO for marketing, maybe CEO for promotion, CEO for event. So all this CEO is considered as a line, but this administration manager or personnel must engage to all the activities in the support. If they can ask, if they're only happy with what they are doing, they are not focused to the line function. Of course, they are declining their role, you know, as a supportive staff, but the line function. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Next slide, Hanafi, please. Okay. Okay. Again, it's about line and staff authority. Authority, I mean, there is a power. There is a power owned by the staff, and there is a power owned by line. Okay. So in this power, okay, in this power structure, so the staff, there is a different. Okay, the power of line authority is different. Power of line manager different. And the power of, like I said just now, EO, executive officer, have their own power. The power is towards their chief clerk, the subordinate, the immediate subordinate. Okay. And then there is a power between the chief clerk and general clerk, between a CC and general clerk. There's a authority also. Authority is like a power. Okay. However, the line authority is the right to carry out the assignment and exact performance from other individuals. So later on, if there is a performance measurement, if there is a productivity measurement for the line authority, all this also, this performance reflect, okay, or represent the staff authority. Understand? Because the line cannot achieve any productivity, achieve any goal without supporting, receive the support from the staff. Okay. So, but therefore, the line authority and the staff authority, their role line and staff role are very important in order to support the organization to achieve the to achieve the objective. Okay, next, Hanafi. Mr. Hanafi. Okay. So my slide is repeating, explaining the function, the staff function and the line function, right? Because there is more deep, it's more on organization. It's because the subject is more expose the student towards more understanding about the power and authority, about the organization structure. So that's why this line authority and staff authority is very important to understand. Okay, and if the student aim to a research, understand about conduct a study about the case study about the organization behavior, organization structure. So this topic is very unique. Okay, because we can conduct many research and we can collect the data from this line authority, from the line authority and from the staff, from the line function and staff function. Okay, because there's always a very big conflict between this staff function and line. Okay, so how to overcome this conflict? How to avoid this conflict? Okay, how to run away from this conflict? I mean, both parties. In the individual staff in organization have to understand the role they are played. Okay, the role, understand their own role. Their role as what? As a supportive staff or as a line staff. Okay, like in university. Okay, in our university. Okay, there is a authority. There is a position. There is a structure. We have vice chancellor. You remember vice chancellor, and we have the dean. Okay, sometimes we call it the rector, the campus. After we have the dean, we have deputy of dean. Okay, then we have a program coordinator. Okay, and then we have maybe program coordinator. So all this structure is example of what? Can anybody try? Is it a line authority or staff authority? Can anybody try to answer? Anybody can try? Yes. Just try to answer this one. This is a very simple question. It's like our university. We have vice chancellor, we have a dean, we have head of studies, head of program studies, and we have a program coordinator. So between these four positions, okay, this is example of what? Is it line authority or staff authority? Can anybody answer me? Is it line authority or staff authority? Yeah, anybody want to try? The line
Ya,
authority
silakan.
or
Silakan teman-teman, ada yang mau
Silakan.
mencoba?
yes? Is it line authority or staff authority? The chain of command between vice chancellor, okay, then a dean, then head of program, and program coordinator. So this link, what we call this line authority or staff authority. Do you want to
Yusi
try?
coba menjawab pertanyaannya.
Yes.
I think it's a line authority.
It is what? Line authority. Yes. Very good. Okay, thank you. It's very good. Okay. It is about line authority. Because the chain of command is between the function. Okay, this function is what? University function. Okay, so this university, what is the university function? They want to select the student, and then they want to, then the student, at the end, the student will finish the study. Okay, so this is our daily operation of universitas. Okay, so thank you, Yuzi. Yuzi, very good try. Okay, so remember, can anybody share with me the example of staff function? Can anybody share with me the example of staff function? Going to try, Yuzi? Example, yes. Can try, no problem. Maybe the structure in the organization structure in Indonesia maybe same like Malaysia. Okay, as I explained to you just now, in our administration office, in our kantor, okay, there is a administration staff. Normally, what is the position name for this staff? If in the school we have what? Guru besar, or what we call in Indonesia, the head of school.
Tafsul is kepala sekolah.
Yes, school is sekolah. Yes, sekolah. So the head of sekolah, what we call in Indonesia? It's not but yeah, the head of office. Normally we call it kepala kantor. Is it right? Kepala kantor.
Yes, it's right.
Yes. Okay. After this head of office. So what is the position? The highest position that are responsible as to support the daily activities of this company. So there is a administration. Okay, there is a administration job. There is this one is staff. There is a staff structure. Okay, like in Malaysia we have just now. I share with you. We have EO, executive EO, executive officer. Okay, so this example of a staff structure. After EO, we have CC. Okay, we have CC, chief clerk. Okay, after CC, we have general clerk. This example of a staff. Okay, two important clarification should be considered. Okay, okay, for that, line authority close down the chain of command. For example, the line authority give a production supervisor the right to direct the employee. So that means the production supervisor have the right to direct employee about the manufacturing staff, manufacturing employee. Okay. Then, in order to achieve the target for the days, therefore, line authority give an individual a certain degree of power relating to the performance. Certain power relating to the performance. Okay, so this line authority flows from the top. Okay, it depend on what department it is. Depend on what department. Okay, if manufacturing department, we have manufacturing manager. After manager, we have supervisor. Supervisor, we have production operator. That is one of example of line authority. Okay, so this line authority is more towards what? Towards achieving the performance. Okay, the performance of organization, towards the productivity of organization. Okay, so therefore line authority give an individual a certain degree of power relating to the performance of organization tasks. Okay, related or reflect to the productivity of that unit. Okay, manufacturing, they have their own productivity target. Okay, marketing, they also have their own target. Okay, so in marketing, line authority, maybe we have marketing manager, marketing supervisor, marketing promoter, marketing runner. All this is under line authority for marketing. Another authority line is about manufacturing. We have manager, we have engineers, we have operation management, we have operation operators. This is under line of authority under manufacturing. Okay. So this authority is more toward the achievement of the goal for organization, the achievement of organizational goal or organizational task. Two important clarifications should be considered, however, when discussing about line authority. So line authority does not ensure effective sometimes, and line authority is not restricted to line person. Okay, okay. The head of staff department has a line authority over his or her employees by virtue of authority relationship with head. This is directly reporting employees. So this is about this number one is about how this authority cross the individual function of authority. Okay, we have line authority. Okay, it's more about the link to the person. Line authority is more because under the line structure we have also many personnel, many staff under many staff, and this is considered as a personal in the line authority. And number one, line authority does not ensure effective performance. Is it right? It's important clarification. But from our previous note, okay, from our previous discussion, shows that line authority is very important and very close, okay, very close to the performance. There is a, if you say no to number one, I mean you really understand. Okay, so say no to number one, I mean you understand. Okay, there's the question that sometimes explain the scenario whereby the staff in the organization is not understand the situation. That is the point. Okay. The next slide, please. Okay. Yeah. Move to the staff authority. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Staff authority is the right to advise or counsel those with line authority. Okay. Sometimes, like I mentioned to you just now about the procedure, about the work procedure. Okay. Because line authority, they have the main activities, they have the main objective, they have the main goal, they have the main aim. And there is a role of staff authority. There is a role of staff authority. This staff authority will sometimes have to give advice. The staff have to give advice. You know, the staff function they have to advise to the line. They have to give advice to the line. Why? In some circumstance, in some situation, the staff authority is more focused on their objective, more focused on their performance. Okay, and sometimes they don't have enough knowledge about the process, about the administration process. So when they don't have enough knowledge about this administration process, so that's why the staff have played the role to counsel or to advise the line authority. Understand? For example, just now, when there is about the claim procedure, okay, I want to claim to pay honorarium, okay, my for example, my webinar guest speaker. We have a webinar speaker, okay. Then I want to pay this webinar speaker. In order to pay this webinar speaker, okay, because I am the line authority, after I conduct the event, I appoint the webinar speakers, okay, and I have to manage to pay honorarium for this speaker. In order to pay the honorarium for these speakers, I have to follow the SOP, Standard Operating Procedure, for by financial department. Because financial department, they have their own SOP. So that means in order to comply with this honorarium claim, I have to go to this staff authority and to get the advice on how to complete this claim process. Okay, there's a certain document, there's a certain form I have to fill up, and I have to put the stamp, you know, at the particular form. Okay, and there is a form also have to be filled by the guest speaker. Okay, the guest speaker have to return back the form and saying that they already done the official job, and they have to sign the form. Okay, they have to give the detail about the account number. They have to give the detail about what? About the address. They have to give the detail about the Swiss bank account or Swiss bank account number. And you want to transfer the account from Malaysia to Indonesia, for example, want to transfer the account from Malaysia to Saudi. So we have to know the Swiss code, the Swiss code. So in order to understand about this procedure, I have to refer to staff authority. I have to refer to the staff. That's why this slide explain about sometimes there is a situation where the staff authority have to give a right advice to the line authority. Okay. Example, human resource department employee help other department by selecting and developing a qualified workforce. Because human resource department is one of the line authority. They are not very clear about the qualification, the standard qualification, you know, about the skill of they want to hire a new workers, they have to know about the skill, about the qualification. But this knowledge is not owned by the line authority. That's why this line authority, for example, under human resource management department, they have to get the advice from the staff. I mean the staff from maybe from the from the unit of workforce unit. They have to, if I want to choose production supervisor, okay, and the our company produce I call it a hand glove using the latex. Okay, so of course when I want to select this production controller or what, I have to get advice from the staff. Okay, what are the qualification required? What qualification required? Okay, in order to fulfill the job as a production controller. Of course, if our company producing a hand glove made by latex, of course the person that we are going to hire must have this chemical background, chemical knowledge. Or maybe they have to have something like more on the chemical engineering solution, a basic science knowledge, then only qualified to fill the post of production controller. So who will advise you? Line manager, of course, the human resource department, because they are the staff that knowing very much about the appointment process, about the qualification, okay, required for the post. And then there is therefore the staff authority can give a staff personnel, okay, the right to offer advice, okay, in order as an effort to improve the line operation. Okay, next slide. Nafi, yes. Okay, now there is another authority. Okay, we have staff authority, we have line authority, and we talk about the staff role. And there is one more authority that I'm going to share is about functional authority. Okay, functional authority is referred to as a limited line authority. Okay, give us staff power over a particular function, such as safety or account. This functional authority is another separate unit. Okay, so this functional authority can cross. This functional authority can cross the line and can cross the staff function. So there are more on the function. For example, unit quality or quality unit, quality department. So this quality department responsible is to audit, to the auditing process. So in this auditing process, they will cross all the department, they will cross all the authority, they cross the line authority, they cross the staff authority. Because they have another power. Because they have another expertise as an auditor. Okay, this one we call it functional authority. Okay. And usually this functional authority is given to a specific staff or personnel with expertise in certain area. Okay. Example, members of an accounting department might have authority to request document they need to prepare a financial report. Or a human resource manager might have authority to ensure that all departments are complying with equal employment. So that's why we need one unit or one section, one function that we call it functional authority. This functional authority can cross all the staff authority and can cross all the line authority, but they have a special expertise. So we have to also agree there is a function and there's a functional authority in our organization structure. There is a functional unit. I give you the example just now is what? A unit quality unit. So this quality unit are responsible, have their own authority, deal with interrupt, okay, on the line authority and also the staff. Okay, so there's the another function. Okay, authority we call it functional. Why we have to have this functional authority? Because this functional authority will ensure that all departments are applying, okay, all the standard. Okay, they are make sure all the department, whether line or staff, complying the standard. Okay, so functional authority is a special type of authority for staff personnel and which must be designed by top management. Okay, must designed by top. Okay, next. Okay, as I mentioned to you at the beginning, okay, most of the when we fail to understand the conceptual meaning of line and staff, authority, line and staff role, structure in organization, because this one will cause a conflict. Okay, cause a conflict the organization. Due to different position and type of authority within the line and staff organization, conflict between the line and staff personnel is almost inevitable. Although minimal, conflict due to the differences in the viewpoint is natural. Conflict on the part of line and staff personnel can disrupt entire organization. Okay, there are many reasons why this conflict can happen. One may be the caused by the poor human relation, because everybody are too structured, doing their own structured job. Okay, so they are too routine job. So that cause less or minimum relationship between others, between each other. Okay, between the structures. So this can cause a conflict. Another situation because of the overlapping authority. Okay, overlapping authority. For example, we have a special unit for quality. Okay, we have quality authority. We have a quality unit, and also we have also quality unit in our department. Under the line structure, we also have the person in charging the quality. So each thing is look like there is a overlapping authority. Okay, sometimes there is also overlap the responsibility. Okay, overlap the responsibility. Okay, so we have many job description and same job description among line and staff. Same job description. This one also can encourage, can cause the be a causer for the conflict. Okay, and this resentment can result in various departments viewing the organization from a narrow stance instead of looking for the organization as a whole. Because for the perception and the way we use this function in a very narrow and small scope. And because of this scenario, because of this perception, because of this culture, this one can create, can contribute to the conflict in organization. So that's why we can have many terms in management that we call it role conflict, task conflict, conflict of interest. Now, this system because of the unclear understanding about the role and the job description or the line and staff. And we not understand very clear about the authority, line authority, and also we are not clear about the staff. Okay, next. So how to minimize the conflict? So unfortunately, there are several ways to minimize the conflict in this role and staff and line role in the organization structure. First, we have to integrate the line and staff personnel to work as a team. Okay, there is an element of teamwork. Okay. Another solution is to ensure that the areas of responsibility and authority for both line and staff personnel are clearly defined. Clearly defined, which clearly define line authority and responsibility. Each group may better understand their role in organization. And three, a third way to minimize the conflict is hold both line and staff personnel accountable for the result of their own activities. In other words, line personnel should not be entirely responsible for poor performance resulting to the staff personnel activities. Okay. When we minimize the conflict, that means life and staff personnel, line personnel and staff personnel accountable from the result of their own activities. In other words, line personnel should not be entirely responsible for this one. If anything happen about the performance, about the productivity of the line, okay, we are not only the responsibility not only go to the staff, not only go to the line authority, but also the staff authority also must take the responsible. The staff authority have to take responsible also. When the staff authority take the responsible due to the lack of productivity, due to the bad of management vision or achievement objective, we not only give this mistake go to under line authority, but must also we have to refer to the staff authority. So then only there is a feel of belonging, there's a feel of betterment, feel of confidence, feel of teamwork. So we can minimize the conflicts. Okay. Next slide. Next, Sanafi. Oh yes. Another slide about the how to minimize the conflict. So line and staff nation combine directly flow the authority present within a line nation with staff department that offer support and advice. So the staff department have to know their role to give a counsel, to give a support, advice, and support this line authority clear chain of command, a consistent characteristic among line and staff application structure, and the problem of conflict may arise. But organization that clearly delineate the responsibility can minimize the, okay, next. Okay, look like very detailed. It's very deep, very deep clarification about the role of staff, the role of, there is a element of line structure, line authority that sometimes make the staff function is not very aware about the job as a supporters, as a supportive unit for the line authority. Okay, then you have what we understand, conclude then from this slide today is about the importance of integration between line and staff role in achievement of the productivity, in the achievement of the goal for organization. Okay, now leave to the students all any question, maybe can add up their understanding. Mr. Hanafi, yes.
Silahkan buat teman-teman mahasiswa yang mau bertanya kepada Dr. Samsudin, dipersilahkan boleh melalui chat atau nanti langsung aja on cam bertanya langsung.
Yes. Yes, you also can. Of course, this class is from the previous group, Hanafi. This group from the
Yes.
previous one, or
Yes,
yes,
this same.
yeah,
Silakan
same. So
teman-teman
that means, yeah,
bertanya bisa menggunakan bahasa Inggris atau bisa juga menggunakan bahasa Indonesia. Dr. Sim
yes.
paham terkait dengan bahasa Indonesia.
Bagus, Galuh. Silahkan kalau mau bertanya.
Yes, anything?
Silakan atau Yusi, Risha.
Yes, silakan.
Siva, silahkan kalau mau bertanya.
So please, you can read through. Maybe you are new student, okay? And the important thing is you try to when you listen to this lecture, you can reflect to any company or industry very near to your place. Okay, you can see how they conduct the daily operation. Okay, then maybe you can can read the journal or magazine about more on about the organization structure. Okay, first before we proceed with this understanding the role of officer, the role of manager. Okay, so we have to understand have a basic knowledge about the organization structure. Okay, then we learn about there is a element of departmentalization, specialization, term that we call it section, according to the section, according to the regional. Okay, there's a structure, metric structure, line structure. So this, by understanding this basic principle knowledge, then only they will go very deep about the line and staff structure. Okay, line and staff role, line and staff. Okay. Yeah, any question, please, guys? Today is Monday. Yes, a very good, very clear.
Oke, silahkan
How about the
kalau ada
weather?
yang bertanya. Atau mungkin nanti teman-teman kalau misalkan sekarang belum ada pertanyaan, nanti bisa email ke Dr. Samsudin, sudah dituliskan di chat VP Profesor 2020@gmail.com. Itu teman-teman bisa bertanya lewat email tersebut.
Yes, is it right? Can email me. Okay, first you try to read more book or what. Then if you're not still not clear, then you can snap the picture, the statement. Then you can email me also. No, yeah. So you can have also. Can they chat me, Mr. Hanafi, if they need
Yes.
my phone number? Okay, I can share also.
Okay, sir.
My number is what? Plus Malaysian code is +6 +6. There is plus symbol. Oh yes, +60 1990 180. This is my number. Okay, you can WhatsApp me. You can form a group also, and we can discuss. Okay, I can share. I can share exam question. Can share the case study just for you to understand better topic
Oke,
given to me.
bisa disampaikan juga itu tadi nomor dari Dr. Samsudin. Nanti bisa teman-teman menghubungi, bisa melalui WhatsApp. Mungkin teman-teman bisa membaca tadi yang disampaikan ataupun materi yang lainnya terkait dengan yang disampaikan oleh Dr. Samsudin. Nanti bisa teman-teman tanyakan melalui WhatsApp ataupun juga melalui email. Oke, ada yang ditanyakan dari teman-teman?
If there's no any question, I think that's enough for today, sir.
I think there's yeah, Nafia, we have another session by 2 o'clock today.
Yes, today maybe in Malaysia 2 o'clock, but in Indonesia 1
Yeah, in 1
p.m.
p.m.
o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
So thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
thank you.
everybody.
Okay, I
Right.
think in this section
Next
is
week.
enough. See you in second session in this day. Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
Dr.
yes.
Samsudin.
All right. Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.